Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's very early in the day to be in Shibini, but I'm sure for today we can make an exception. You will see that I have what I call my little memory crutches in front of me today. When I told one of my friends what I would be speaking about today, he asked whether I would have notes. And I said, no, I won't, because it's something that I quite enjoy and I'm quite passionate about. And he said, so more the reason for you to have them. So apologies if they are in my hand. They are simply there to keep me track and to keep me from getting into last time. My name is Jean, and I'd like to share a little something with you this afternoon that I'm quite passionate about, and which I also believe can be a very powerful vehicle, not only for the lives we live, but also for the work we do on a day-to-day basis as business analysts. I'd like to start off by asking by a simple show of hands if you would raise your hand if you enjoy reading a good book. Or for what it's worth, enjoy watching a good movie. Good. I am going to ask maybe one or two persons if you would be willing to share just your favorite book or movie, and just in short, maybe just 2 seconds why that is. The gentleman here with the very nice blazer, sorry, the one thing that I can see with that light. Favorite book or favorite movie?
Favorite movie is called Inception.
Yes.
The reason why I love it is because it goes so deep and it gives you different elements to something that we think we understand, so that's really what I enjoy about it.
So the answer was Inception, and he loves it because it gives you these different elements. It goes deep. Now, I'm sure that all of us have a similar experience, a similar favorite book or similar movie for a specific reason. I did some digging and we seem to not be alone in this. I am assuming that most of you know Harry Potter. The Harry Potter books have sold over 450 million copies worldwide, which in itself is an outstanding figure. The Lord of the Rings has rating about $6 billion worldwide. So that's the entire series of movies. And last but not least, for those of you that know that, the latest episode, or the first episode of the latest series of Game of Thrones was illegally downloaded by 1 million people within the first 12 hours of releasing. Again, by a simple show of hands, if you were one of those individuals. I'm just kidding, it's a safe place. I think it's fair to say that as human beings, we are intrigued by this concept of story. I think we are social creatures, and because of that, we relate naturally to other people, but also to the stories of other people. Storytelling in itself, I think, has been around for ages, and if you think about it, it's been there since we've had cave walls for flat screen TVs. Now, the question I'd like to ask is whether we can capture this natural affiliation, this sort of a natural inkling towards a good narrative, and whether we can use that in the lives we live, but also in the work we do on a daily basis. I'd like to move into some basics. I think it's fair to say that a story consists of certain elements. Now, adaptly enough, the experts have actually named that the five elements of story, and they are represented on the graph above. What I would like to do, however, is pull that back into our world, the business analysis world, or more business world, and I'm hoping that you recognize some of the things that I've done on this. So, first off, we have to start something. So we have this beginning, the once upon a time, this present state or current state at which we find ourselves in a certain point of time. At the other end of that spectrum, obviously we have an ending. So the happily ever after, or they were never seen again, depending on which story you read. It's this envisioned or this future state to which, if everything works out well, we are walking towards all the time. Then, any story should have characters, and they should be acting out or doing what they do against some setting. And then, most importantly, and the part I'd like to get to, is this middle bit. This part where essentially everything happens, and where, as an audience, we are taken on this journey through the misty mountains and underneath the mines of Moria, north to the wall. It's also in this middle bit that, as an audience, as a reader, as someone who watches a movie, we make a conscious decision about whether we are going to be captured on the edge of our seat, or whether we're going to commit, or whether we are simply going to check out because we're not that interested in the story being told anymore. The essence then, if you think about it, is we have a character or a set of characters that have to move from a single point in time or a single place in time, this messy or probably unideal state, towards an improved or better state. Now that process is usually one of change, usually one of discomfort, because I believe the two go hand in hand. This process involves people thinking differently about the things they do, thinking differently about who they are, and it's usually accompanied by some form of conflict. I believe that most good stories are accompanied by a fair amount of conflict. So either we have to overcome some external force, or we have to overcome some internal problem, or some internal obstacle that we have to get past. If we think about that as business analysts, I'm hoping that most of you can relate that to the work you do. If you think about the things we do on a daily basis, is a journey-related process. We are taking people from a certain point in time and moving them along to a new point in time. Hopefully, I believe what we all try to achieve is a better state. Now, if that is the truth, it raises one or two things. If we look at ourselves differently from this perspective of narrative, from this perspective of the story, it's suddenly as if most of us have been tasked with being storytellers of some sort. And that, if it's true, brings a couple of important things to the fore for me. First is we have a pretty willing audience. This group of people who are naturally captured or naturally in love with a story. And all they are waiting for is for someone to tell them the right story. The second bit is, if we see ourselves as storytellers, to me personally, it's almost as if I've been given this license to thrill, to excite, to move people to action and to better things. However, the reverse of that is also true, in that we can very easily scare people away or bore them to death. And that raises the third and what I believe probably the most important part is the quality of the narrative that we're talking about. The story that we are telling ourselves, it forces us to look deeply and critically at the stories we are telling, not only ourselves, but also the people we work with, the people we interact on a daily basis, our friends, our family, and the customers we serve, either as business analysts, as business owners, or as consultants. I'd like to challenge you to see things from a different perspective. And I'd like to leave you with a quote which in itself is a powerful challenge. One of my wife's favorite quotes from the TV series Doctor Who, for those of you that might know it, it reads as follows: "We are all stories in the end, just make it a good one, eh?" And I'd like to paraphrase it by adding that second sentence, just make it a good one, eh? Let's all go out there and be challenged to tell better stories. Let's tell stories that force people to come back for more, that excite them, empower them, and move them to be better people, to do better things. Let's all go out there and tell stories that force people to come back and buy the box set. I thank you for listening, and may the power of the narrative be with you.